Oh! Yeah, I sent it way too deep. Oh my god, I sent it way too deep.
Welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and today we are going to be having a bit of a showdown between two trucks that I think are really well matched to each other. Now, on the left, we have a Ford Raptor R, and on the right, we have a 2022 brand new Toyota Tundra. Now, the Ford Raptor R on the right is essentially the Baja Crew with a Raptor R emblems pack and, of course, updated performance to sort of get a little bit closer to where the Raptor R would actually sit. And the 2022 Tundra is a PC-only premium mod by YaBuddy, which you can find more information on via the links to his Discord in the description box down below. Now, with that being said and done, we are going to be starting off with a track test, and then after that, we may have a couple more surprises in store. So, let's go ahead and start with the Raptor R, and then after that, we'll hop into the Tundra. Now, the Raptor has 40-inch tires on it, and the Tundra currently has 39-inch tires on it, so I tried to get them as close as I possibly could in terms of tire size, and I think, with all things considered, I think I did a pretty good job. Now, the road to the track is actually a really good way to sort of get an idea ahead of time of how these trucks are going to feel on the track, and I think that this one is probably going to feel really, really good, although, in order to help keep things a little bit more kind of fair and in line with each other, I tried to give them similar suspension heights as well, but I'm not sure how much travel this truck has at this particular suspension height. There is a track day suspension for this truck, although it sits a little bit higher and it's spec'd for 44s and not 40s, and so I felt like that would kind of put the truck a little bit more outside of the realm of comparison to the Tundra anyway, so I wanted them to be somewhat similar. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to come out into the track and set a lap time. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. Full send. Let's go. Come on. It better tell me what my lap time is. I also almost crashed right off the bat. Let's not let that be the way we start this off. So far, though, thing is really composed. Really, really nice to drive, too. Oh, that was beautiful. The amount of smoothness. A little bit sideways there, a little bit of like snap back in the landing, but that's no big deal. Let me know, by the way, in the comment section down below, which one of these trucks you would have and why. Up and over the top. Oh, dude, this thing is so good at just falling right into place on the lines that you want to take, basically, like, while you're doing a lap in this track. Like, the truck just literally stands right where it needs to stand in every corner. Up and over. Oh, dude. Well, that was a little far, but that was one of the only lines that I feel like the truck wasn't happy with. And even though this is more of a base model suspension, like a baseline suspension, it is going to work. It is absolutely going to work out here. Swinging the back end out around that one, but it's very predictable, very easy to catch. Oh, no. Hung up on the front bumper, but it's okay. I'm going to try to keep the momentum going. Come on. Oh, no. Do not get high-centered. Oh, the fact that I'm having to winch is bad. Oh, I really need to get after it now. Definite driver error on my part with that one, but, well, the first part of it wasn't as much driver error as the... What the... Man, the first half of this lap was so good. The second half, I flipped over on a dang, like, piece of gravel, it felt like. Oh, and we should have had more speed going over that tabletop. If we had had more speed going over the tabletop, we could have just floated it, but nope. Big nope on that one. Trying to avoid as many big nope scenarios as I possibly can, but sometimes they're a little hard to avoid. Oh, but see, sometimes you'll get a beautiful slide like that that is absolutely perfectly composed. Do not wreck. Wow, that was close. Holy smokes. And across the line. And you know what's funny? They don't give us a lap time, but it's really more about the way these trucks feel than it is about the lap time anyway. So I'm okay with it showing us I'm okay with it not showing us the lap time, although I'm curious if we back into it. Current best time 0:0:00. What a delightful lap time that is. All right, let's go on and repair your damage real quick. And now, let's go grab the 2022 Toyota Tundra and see what this thing is like to drive. Now, right off the bat, whoa! I can tell you right off the bat, this thing's got mad torque. Oh my god. This thing actually feels torqueier than that Raptor R did.
That's nuts. I did not think it was going to feel... I mean, I knew it was going to feel torquey. I didn't know it was going to feel that much more torquey. One thing is for sure, this thing feels like it's got a little bit more front-end bite when you initially turn into a corner than the Raptor R does. The Raptor R seems to be a bit more of a controlled slide kind of truck, whereas this one, while it can do controlled slides, it definitely gets to that point of grip a little bit faster than the Raptor R does. But that's all kind of like, again, another personal taste element of these trucks. All right, I know that the clock's not gonna run, but I like having the checkpoints because it makes me feel like I'm actually racing. All right, 3, 2, 1, full send, come on. Well, we didn't immediately go sideways right out of the gate. Let's see. Wow, that landing though, and this isn't even the trophy truck version. That's the thing y'all gotta keep in mind about this truck, is that there is a separate trophy truck version of this 2022 Tundra, and that's even more of a beast around a racetrack. It's definitely got a different suspension feel. It feels a little bit like... It feels like the suspension travels up and down faster than the Raptor R, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's still extremely well controlled. And as you make your way up this hill, you can definitely see how the weight balance is different as well. And it's not quite as eager to like plummet the nose into the ground. The Raptor R is fine on most jumps, but if the jump is like too long or you're in the air for too long, eventually it will start to nose down. And that is a very realistic behavior. But if you're wanting a truck that is like a little bit more comfy in the air, aside from a couple of the times where we bottom this thing out, this thing is extremely comfy in the air. They both are, but this is one of those jumps that'll tell you everything you need to know. Oh! Yeah, I sent it way too deep. Oh my god, I sent it way too deep. I wanted to see if I could send it that deep and still drive out of it, no big deal. But... like, because I wanted to send both of those deep. I mean, to be honest, like, the Raptor R, I didn't lift off the throttle much at all on the way in. And this one, I just kept it flat because I really wanted to see what it would do. Let's see if it can do it here. Oh my god, that's all the way over, and we missed it. Oh, that's... oh. Wow. Man, and this lap was going so well. That's the bad part, is that this lap was literally going just about perfectly, and it, well, you see where that ended up. But it's like, it's literally, every time I've been to this racetrack, the first half of my lap is so good. The second half of the course, I'm like oofed every single time. My truck is also Swiss cheesed, but don't worry, we will be repairing it in just a moment. Holy... all right, send it. All right, and again, we got no time, but oh my god, look at my Toyota logo. It's not, it doesn't say Toyota anymore. That is for dang sure. Before we wrap up, though, I do want to do a little bit of a trail test because I think that that's a really important aspect of these trucks as well. Because, you know, you're not only going to be racing them at a racetrack, you're going to be taking them, you know, on the trails on the weekends. You're going to be going on little adventures here and there with them. You're going to be probably driving them on the road a lot, too. And, well, holy wow, putting that rock slider to use. Okay, bud, that sounds good to me. Now, as we make our way up this trail, whoa, keep yourself on the trail surface and not off the trail surface. Oof. Yeah, this thing is comfy, though. Except for when it gets high-centered on boulders. I mean, getting high-centered on boulders is a little bit of a... yeah, don't worry about it. But as you... whoa! God, the power does come in really abruptly in this truck. Like, if you roll into the throttle and you're not ready for it, it's like zing, and it slams you forward. Come on, nice and easy. Not bad. Like, legit, every time I've used this thing, even on, like, I know a 40 is not necessarily a small tire, but it feels a little bit smaller on this thing, and I think that this thing does a really good job of making that 40-inch tire really work for everything it does, even if it looks a little bit like, I wouldn't even say small, but like it looks about like, you know, kind of like what the average size tire for a modified Raptor would be, or Raptor R would be. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of Raptor R owners in real life go from, you know, the factory 37s up to a 40. Let's see if we can, whoa, easy. Dragging the bumper in the, like, in the ground a little bit in the back. But, like, other than bottoming out different, like, you know, different pieces of the truck sometimes, it really does have incredible, you know, just on-trail cruising types of handling. Like, it really does an awesome job of making you feel at home wherever you take it. And now, it's time to grab the good old Yoder and see what that thing feels like. Now, I have a feeling that this thing on the trail is going to be a bit more, it's going to be a bit more flexy, and I think it sits just a tiny bit higher as well, but the tires are like a little hair smaller, just a hair, because they're a 39 instead of a 40, but, I mean, you're kind of splitting hairs at that point when it comes to tire size. Now, let's see how the suspension travel looks while we're going up the trail. Pretty dang consistent. Like, this thing does a great job. I don't know what went on with that rock there, but this thing does a great job of maintaining that contact patch with the ground at all times and just being really, really, really smooth. There we go. God, dude, yeah, this thing, the smoothness of this truck, just like absolutely lumbering down the trail is like, it's so controlled, and that's probably the biggest thing I go back to about this truck, is that the experience of taking it down the trail has such immense levels of control. It's not even funny. It really, truly is not even funny, the amount of, like, suspension and body control this thing has as it's going down the trail, whether you're going fairly quick or just kind of cruising at a slower pace. I mean, it can do either or, as we saw out on the racetrack, and of course out here on some, you know, back roads / trails. But again, you guys are going to be the judge of which one you would take home in the comment section down below. So let me know those thoughts and opinions in the comment section. And of course, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, turn those notifications on, and I will see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.